Pearson Sharp.
So there I was, deep in the trenches, surrounded on all sides, a spoon of lentil soup in one hand, a sippy cup in the other, and the only thing between me and utter destruction was a prayer that my little girl wouldn't spit this out all over me. Alas, my prayers went unanswered. My sweet baby girl did that thing where she goes in to take the bite, and for half a second, you think all is well. And then she whips her head back, swings her hand down, and suddenly you've got a face full of flying lentil soup projectiles. You thought it was gonna be a simple dinner. Foolish you. There is nothing simple with toddlers, which is what I wanted to talk about today. In the last video, I talked about how modern culture is just toxic for healthy family values. This time, I want to talk about how time is something that you don't fully appreciate until you have kids. It is mind-boggling how little time I have for anything. I see other parents who seem fine. They go out, they meet their friends, they hit the gym. Their homes don't look like they just got hit by a bomb. Other parents, please let me know if this sounds familiar or if I'm losing my mind. I was recently talking to a friend who didn't have kids yet. I told him how hard it is to find time for anything. He told me with all the confidence of a man without children that I just need to level up my parenting game and that you don't have to sacrifice your personal life in any way when you have a kid. You can still do it all. But like there's literally no way to prepare yourself for the things that happen when you're a parent with little kids. It's not possible. Sometimes things happen that are absolutely mind-bending. They simply defy belief. I'll give you an example. The other night, I took my oldest girl upstairs to read before bed. We'd finished dinner, we had a bath, had pajamas on, the whole 9 yards. We get up to the reading chair, which is right by the window, which is right next to the air purifier. These are important details. She always has warm milk before bed, so we set the cup on the windowsill to look outside for a moment. Then I picked her up and I put her in the reading chair. As I turned to grab her book, I heard, "Oh, my milk, I'll get it." That's the kind of phrase that freezes a parent's heart. She reached for the cup. She slipped. The cup tipped over. It spilled all over her and the air purifier. Not just on it, into it, through the vents. It's actually amazing how much milk a little sippy cup can hold. I froze. It was like in a slow motion accident where your brain just freezes. It says, nope, that didn't just happen, but it did. So I quickly set the cup aside on the table to clean up what I could. That's when she goes, "I'll help you, Daddy." Parents know what this means. She grabbed the milk, which I thought was safe. She ran for the stairs, bumped the kid's bookcase, sent toys flying everywhere, and spilled the milk. Again. I just stared at this trail of destruction, from the ruined air purifier dripping with milk to the explosion of toys all over the floor to her soaking wet pajamas and her little face full of wonder, like, did I just do that? It was like some kind of fiendish Rube Goldbergian machine from hell. And you're just this innocent bystander trying to understand how any of this could happen to you. And it all happened in about 10 seconds. 10 seconds that changed the next hour of my life. At no point in the evening did I anticipate cleaning milk out of an air purifier. That just wasn't in the cards. Now tell me, how exactly am I supposed to level up a situation like that? That's what makes parenting hard. Not the kids, it's the time around the kids, which somehow doesn't exist. There's a month's worth of clean laundry on our bedroom floor right now. It is a deep source of personal shame. because I am by nature a very neat and tidy person. A crasser man might call me anal retentive. I am not that man, but I am fastidious, and to see so much mess and clutter is a scourge to the memory of the immaculate house of my bachelor days. Toys everywhere, strewn left and right, every room of the house cluttered in chaos. The second dishes are done and the counter is clean, you turn around and it's full of dishes again. I wish I had Merlin's spell from Sword in the Stone where the dishes just wash themselves.
Rubbity, scrubbity, sweepity, flow.
Jokes aside, the clutter is mentally exhausting. It makes it hard to relax. And sometimes, believe me, you need to relax and just spend time with your wife, not solving problems or doing chores, just being together like you used to before the chaos came to live with you. But you can't, because while you're sitting on the couch trying to catch up on the latest episode of Home Improvement, you know the dishes are back there. The sink is full, and the laundry is metastasizing, multiplying exponentially, devouring your bedroom one pair of inside-out pants at a time until it consumes your entire house. There were only 9 levels of hell in Dante's Inferno, but there's a 10th level he never talked about, and it's full of socks. When we have guests over, I'm honestly a little chagrined, but usually they're also parents, so I just have to hope for fellow parent amnesty. By the way, if you're enjoying this and you're a parent who relates to any of this right now, hit the like button and consider subscribing. It helps a lot and you'll see more stories like this. So that gets to the point of this video. What am I doing with all my time? Why don't I even have 10 minutes to put away clean laundry once or twice a week? Well, this is why I don't have any time. Because of these 2 little monsters who are my entire world. Despite the raging neat freak inside me, I wouldn't trade them for all the folded laundry in Christendom. Also, can we bring that word back? Christendom. That is an excellent word. I'm busy being a parent, and that takes up all of my time. And I don't feel bad about that. Parenting pays back in dividends you can't imagine. There is no price high enough to pay for the privilege of raising a little human being and preparing them for an entire lifetime. I get to be the one to show my girls the wonders of the world. I get to be the one to see their faces light up when they walk for the first time, when they see snow for the first time, when I do something stupid, and that happens a lot, and they burst into uncontrollable laughter. That joy is beyond measure. This is what our society, what our culture is missing these days. That love of being a parent, of spending all your time, all your resources, and pouring them into this tiny little being so that they can have the best childhood they possibly can. What is more important than that? Which, side note, something that really bothers me about a lot of parents today is the way I hear them talking about their own kids. They talk about them like there's some kind of burden, or that they find them annoying, or how they get mad at their kids when they do this or that, or, and this really gets me, is when parents say they're just tired of their kids' shit. What the hell is wrong with you? These are your babies. Don't talk about them like that. Oh, we're just joking. Of course we love them. Then don't talk about them that way. It's not funny. It's demeaning. Just like I would never say anything bad about my wife in public. 1, because we're a team and you don't shoot your team in the back. And 2, because she's perfect and I am the luckiest man in the world to have her. But yes, when it comes to kids, I get frustrated too. When I spend an hour getting one girl to sleep and the other starts crying and wakes her up, yeah, I get annoyed, but I'm annoyed at the situation, not at my girls. Never at my girls. Right now, they need us for everything, and that won't last. So I want to be here for all of it. Most evenings we put our phones away, not just to limit screen time, but to give our girls all of our attention. and not in a spoiling way, but in a focused, attentive way, because that's our job. And what they need the most isn't toys or entertainment, it's you, your full presence, your time. That is the currency of parenting. And once you spend it, there are no refunds. Again, this isn't humble bragging out being a good parent. What I'm doing is highlighting the sacrifices necessary to raise your kids and how challenging it is. I really struggle with the mess and the clutter more than I can say, but in the end, it's worth it. I just have to remind myself that when I step on a toy, it means my daughter was there, that her little hands were playing with this toy. And it's here, it's in the way now because she left it there. It's a reminder of her presence. Someday, I'll walk out and there won't be any toys lying around. The living room will be empty and all the clothes will be folded and put away. There won't be any more dirty dishes in the sink, and there won't be any tiny muddy footprints in the front hall. All the little handprints and the smudges on the mirrors will be gone forever. This time we have with them when they're this little and this precious, it's so fleeting. And I'm saying that, and I'm right in the middle of it right now. I still have these precious moments with them every single day. And I already know how much I will miss them. The other morning, my oldest came into our room at 6 a.m. She climbed into bed and curled up on top of me, put her arms around my neck and buried her face in my shoulder. And she fell asleep again. Now, I couldn't sleep again, but that whole time I had this surreal joy, almost an out-of-body sense of happiness and contentment that this right here is what it's all about. These are my girls. This is my time. No dishes or laundry will get in the way of that. Funny story, my daughter has just started saying that she loves us back when we tell her, and the other day I said, "I love you." And she said, "I love you too." And I said, "Oh, really? How much do you love me?" And she thought about it and she said, 3, which I think says it all and is probably at least 2 more than I deserve. But the bottom line is that parenting is hard. It's way harder than I thought. But it's not the parenting part that's hard. It's just all the damn socks. That's my take. What do you think? Parents, do you feel the same way? Like there's never enough time? Or did you make a deal with the devil in the pale moonlight and all your clothes and dishes magically do themselves? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if this hits home for you, please like the video and subscribe. It really helps get these stories out to other parents who need to hear them. As always, stay sharp, give thanks to God, and go spend some time with your kids.